amount of feminine energy, okay? The right amount of masculine so you don't get run over. When you're feminine and strikingly beautiful, you have to be impeccable with your words and carry yourself in a certain way, that perfect balance of feminine and masculine, to make sure that people take you seriously. Or else they are blinded by everything else and they're not trying to hear anything else that you have to say. You also have to make sure that you present yourself in a way of, again, I'm feminine. Yes, I can take care of myself. And you want to be able to get that feminine energy back, but you don't want to be over masculine. Because sometimes if it's teamed too much on the feminine, then it's all like, are you a gold digger? So you're trying to balance gold digger-esque, I can take care of myself. You're balancing a whole lot of things. It's not the way that it used to be. And I think we've all forgotten about that. So then we get on this either or train. Either or. Because finding that happy, healthy medium is too much. It's too much. It's way too much. It's too hard to try to balance it all. So then you say, forget it. Forget it all. And then what do? We go into the cool girl mode. We've all done it. I've done it. Where you let anything go. You just let whatever happen because you want to be the cool girl. You don't want to be mean. You don't want to be aggressive, all of that. And if you're lucky, you'll meet someone that will realize that that's the balancing act that you're trying to do. And they will call you or make up something like, oh, you're so masculine. You're so masculine. I'm so masculine or I'm so decisive. Which one is it? So, voice and a choice. Which one is it? When you master the combination of those two, all that Rudy Poo mess is not going to matter to you anymore because you will know exactly what you're doing, how you want to show up in the world, and you will be more than confident with your choice. You'll be more than confident, and you'll realize that someone that is trying to talk you out of your decisiveness, when you know that that's for you, you can identify that and cut them quick. Cut them out quick. Cut them out quick. And so these are the things that we are balancing. These are the things that I want to talk about on the show. And, if we have a segment of how to, or you guys got questions for me, I would like to answer those and we can work on that together. We don't know what's happening in this world, but we know how to control ourselves. And so I don't know about you, but I want my next few years, however long those are going to be about me and how I can share myself and show up in the world in a positive way. You know what I mean? Is it all rainbows and sunshine all the time? Probably not. But when you feel good about you, when you are walking in your truth, when you are speaking in your truth, when you are living your essence and showing others how to do the same, when people see you and hear from you and they smile and it's that consistent over and over again and your heart sings, that's where you're at that sweet spot, okay? That's where you know that you are where you're supposed to be. Now, for our guys, you guys have your own challenges too, okay? And if God were to come down to earth right now and say you could change your sex and be a guy, I would say, hell no. Or I'd probably be never mind, let me not say that. But anyway, the answer would be no. The answer would be no for one reason. Right or wrong, you guys are not taught that it's okay to be in touch with your emotions. It's always the emotions that are okay for you to possess are basically anger. Anger's cool, but if you show any type of more sensitive or, quote, feminine emotion, it's a problem. Oh, he's soft. Oh, he's soft. Or he's the P word. Or he's whipped. Or whatever. I cannot stand that. I can't stand that. And so what ends up happening is you end up going into your adult life masking and covering up very important emotions that you need to be able to yin and yang through and understand that balance. So you're just stuck in extreme one-sided mode, okay? And so when you have that masking of not being able to balance out and be in touch with that and identify what's wrong with you, what kind of partner do you think you end up being? What kind of partner do you think you end up being? Because now you're trained not to be able to empathize with certain things that your partner says. You know what I mean? You're able to trade out quick. You don't care. And it usually happens that not until you get into your older years, you're on divorce number 3, and you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I've been raked over the coals financially twice. And this last one, I don't even know how that one happened. And now I feel like I've missed my window. Now, these guys end up doing one of 2 things, okay? When they feel like they have missed their window, what they end up doing is they go into panic mode, okay? Straight panic mode, and they marry a disaster. They marry a disaster. They know it's a disaster. It has Hot Mess Express written all over it, but it looked cute in a skirt, at least after a couple of vodkas, and then what? Now your pensions is gone. Lord Jesus. I'm just playing. But I'm being honest to God serious. Guys, we are spending so much of our time trying to do and live for what we think other people are going to like, what's going to get our homeboys to be like, thumbs up, attaboy. Meanwhile, you're sitting up in that dead marriage and you're dying inside. You can't stand this person. We got to do something different. We definitely got to do something different. Let me tell you, there is nothing more attractive to me than a man that has that all around. Yes, he is masculine. He can do all the masculine things, but he also has a healthy relationship with his feminine side, okay? Does that mean he's walking around whenever I'm not home wearing my drawers? No, that's not what I'm talking about, okay? It's, yeah, if something touches him, he might drop a tear, okay? Even if he doesn't cry, he has the ability to have that empathy factor in there. So he can say, you know what, I get that, I relate. Because if you think about the way that men are designed, let's just take it back to like caveman like days, okay? Men were designed to do what? There's a reason why the gender roles were so what they were. Women stayed home, took care of the household, whatever. He goes out, punches a woolly mammoth in the face, whatever it is that you had to do, and drag it home. It wasn't nothing for him to punch a woolly mammoth in the face and kill it or whatever, seeing this woolly mammoth die. And I know that woolly mammoths were not around at the same time. I'm just joking, but you guys get it, entertainment factor. But he was able to do that and handle that part because that's what he was wired to do. That masculine part that's not going to be like, oh my God, the mammoth, it's bleeding. You know, come on. And the women were like, all right, I'm cool. I'm hatching the eggs here, raising the children, and we're going to have some sauteed woolly mammoth for dinner tonight. Okay, cool. Great. That's the way it was. They were wired that way. But as we evolve, we started looking at each other, you know, male and female, and seeing how our, quote, gender-specific roles were able to be interchangeable. You know what I mean? It's like yeah, she can hatch an egg. And I use the word hatch egg because the word childbirth, it just sounds so bad. You know what I mean? You're pushing something the size of an Escalade through a ping pong ball. It just stresses me out. But anyway, I digress. Anywho, but we started discovering that, hey, we can kind of interchange these things. You know what I mean? Women, yeah, we can go and work and hold our own down, and then, guys, vice versa. As a woman, knowing what I know, I don't want anybody having to basically control what I do and my life choices. And I feel like a lot of us are like that. That's why we want to vote. That's why we want to have our own stuff. Because sometimes when people get power, they get stupid. Okay? They do. They do. Because they realize, looking at you, it's all like, oh, okay, so wait a second, let me get this right. If I'm not here, and I am your source of survival, I hold the strings. So, if I want to twist off on you and act crazy, you don't eat. So, you don't have a voice. And we gonna snatch that choice. You have neither. I don't know about you. I can't get down with that. I can't co-sign any of that. So with where we are in the world, the voices that we have, the choices, the abilities to change things if we want to, I want everybody to get to that place where you feel so comfortable. You are unshakable. You will carry that tool and you will utilize that. You'll carry it everywhere. You'll use it in work. You'll use it in stressful situations because you know you. Have you ever had somebody try to talk you out of who you know you are? Or have someone try to talk you out of your blessing? There's a reason why people say if there is a dream that is big, that is out there, or a project that you're working on, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Because naturally, this is what the brain does. The brain does things where it creates fear. And I know what fear is put there for, but boy, fear will dam you up as far as just like jamming up your progress. So you have to be able to pick apart and decipher what's going on. But fear was in your body basically as a protective mechanism. Okay? But sometimes fear is teamed too much and you can't navigate. That's why dictators and stuff, they're so successful because it's fear. Fear. Fear will make you take voice and a choice and throw it smooth out the window. See what I'm saying? So as you just keep those things going in your mind, it encourages you and it's kind of incentivizes you to really work on those things. Now I'm going to switch gears on you for a little bit. And I wanted to talk about the whole dating factor and what we sign up for. Okay, so this is going to get pretty intense. Let's talk about age difference. Now, when it comes to age difference, people have mixed reviews on that. They have mixed reviews on big age gaps, and they have mixed reviews on interchanging races. But we're just going to start with the whole age gap. I'll use myself as an example. I've always dated older men. All the guys that I've always dated have been at least 10 years older than me. Now, what that has gotten me was the automatic label of, one, it's the side eye where you're looking at me crazy, okay? And especially women, we're really bad about that. It's like, oh, he wants this little young thing, whatever. We got to get off of that train. But you automatically get labeled as, oh, you must be a gold digger or something like that. What makes us go there and what makes us think that? why don't our brains flip to maybe she likes older